It was just a matter of time before Netflix's hit series Squid Game turned into an organized real-life event, and versions of it have been developed in several parts of the world. The survival drama involving deadly children's games has been reimagined for different events, and Squid Game is happening in real life. Squid Game in Abu Dhabi. Don't worry, this version was murder-free. Or was it? The survival thriller involving children's games was reimagined for an event at the Korean Cultural Center in the United Arab Emirates. The event that took place on the 12th of October 2021 happened in 2 different sessions. 2 teams of 15 players each competed in challenges from the series that included Dalgona Candy Challenge, Marbles, Red Light, Green Light, and Paper Flipping Challenge. Okay, the players didn't tense like in the original series because they were told in advance that no one was going to be killed. When the news first broke that a real-life Squid Game was going to happen in Abu Dhabi, there was a mention of a cash prize. However, it was not clear how much money was won, but it is doubtful that it was close to the life-changing amount in the original series. Before the game started, every player was given a t-shirt featuring the show's logo, and they were going to wear them throughout the show. On the other hand, the event's staff wore pink, circle, triangle, and square costumes, just like the guard's jumpsuit worn on Squid Game. While the Squid Game involved a lot of bloodshed and death, the Abu Dhabi event did not involve any bloodshed or violence. United Arab Emirates residents were the only ones permitted to apply and participate, and they also had to answer questions that tested them on their basic knowledge of Netflix's Squid Game. Squid Game in Korea. The film's depiction of South Korea has put the country on the map, and many people are waiting to see what else South Korea has in store. Of course, Korea had to be among the first countries to stage Squid Game in real life. The show that is scheduled for November 6, 2021 will be performed without the mass deaths that the original show is famously known for. For some Korean organizations, hosting a Squid Game event is a chance to highlight the Korean culture. Sherry Chan-woo, a volunteer at the Korean Cultural Center of Chicago, said, "We have this mainstream Korean show and faces in the media, but we are not talking about Korean culture and education enough." The center will host the event, which will feature various games from the original show, and winners will be awarded with, among other things, popular Korean snacks at the end of the competition. This is also not the first event Sherry Chan-woo has hosted. On October 13th, she hosted a similar event in her neighborhood in Chicago. Also, Moon Lee, a South Korean who lives in Montreal, Canada, helped host an online Squid Game and even answered questions sent in from participants. Squid Game in schools. Even though Squid Game's plot involves a deadly tournament of kids' games, the Netflix series is not a children's show. However, a school in Belgium reported that kids are mimicking the show on the playground and beating up those who lose the game. The innocent red light, green light kids game turned violent at the municipal school of Erkelin's Bourgognage High Night, where the kids have been drawing inspiration from the show as the children played the stop-start game that is known as 1-2-3 piano in Belgium. Initially, a representative of the school wanted the game to be stopped, calling it an unhealthy and dangerous game. But she later changed her stance and said that the kids could play the game, but they weren't allowed to physically harm those who lose. The show, having sparked much interest amongst young children, also saw an Australian school send a warning that children as young as 6 are recreating games featured in the dark and gory hit show. The council from the southern part of England also recently sent an email to parents urging them to be vigilant after they received reports that kids are copying the games as well as the violence in the show. Squid Game in hotels. With the massive phenomenon that is Squid Game, people around the world are finding rather interesting ways to capitalize on the trend. In the Gangwon province of South Korea, a hotel took advantage of this by planning to host their own real-life version of the series without the violent parts. St. John's Hotel in Gangwon wanted to use this event as a marketing strategy, and the winner of the event was to take home 5 million won, which is approximately $4,178. The event was to allow anyone to join provided they paid the registration fee that was valued at 10,000 won, or $8.39. Unsurprisingly, the event was so popular that there were no slots left to book for interested participants, literally days after it was announced. Like the beginning of Squid Game, the participants were to be given a mysterious business card that had a phone number, after which they were to be asked to meet in the pine forest near the hotel to compete in flower games. The Munga Wunga flower has bloomed, which is the green light, red light game. Jaki Chigi, the paper title flipping, the Logna, the honeycomb or flat sugar candy, and the tug of war. The host of the game was also to be revealed at the end of the games, just like in Squid Game. However, there were rumors that the hotel's bid to host the event is unlikely to come to fruition because of COVID-19 restrictions. The event, which was to be held on October 24th, was banned by the city of Gangwon because it is currently enforcing a level 3 social distancing policy that bans accommodation facilities from hosting parties or any other event. Squid Game on TikTok and YouTube. While there have been warnings urging parents not to let their children watch Squid Game, young children's awareness of the violent Netflix hit more likely relates to its presence on social media. Squid Game is popular on TikTok and YouTube, with teenagers and children being the biggest creators of content that relates to Squid Game. Several successful channels on YouTube Kids have actually capitalized on this trend. The content includes how to draw Squid Game character video, the Squid Game themed gameplay videos from online video game Roblox. Also, the video game, which is popular with kids, enables users to program games and share them with other users. How cool is that? Squid Game has become a very common theme in the user-programmed Roblox games, and most Squid Game Roblox videos have hundreds of thousands or even millions of views. So, the Squid Game videos aimed at children feature people, often children, playing the Squid Game-inspired games in Roblox. The red light, green light game is the most popular game on YouTube as well as on TikTok, with people imitating the game in an expansive variety of real-life settings and in Roblox video games and Minecraft. It is also the most shared moment, and the giant doll that acts as a deadly motion sensor in the show has become a global meme. The $100 reward. YouTuber Jimmy Zhang's challenge videos are mostly fitness-related. One time, he documented how he got shredded using a workout inspired by the animated series One Punch Man, and then shared his attempts to train like Rock Lee, who is a character in the Japanese manga series Naruto. On October 1st, Zhang put other people to test by challenging them in a game of Jaki. Well, Jimmy Zhang was not just playing people for the sake of YouTube content. He traveled to a college campus with plenty of young people with debt and offered them $100 if they managed to win the envelope flip game from the show. But that's not all. With these games, there is always a catch. Jimmy Zhang had the same rule just like in the show. Whoever lost had to submit to being slapped in the face. Surprisingly, a number of students were willing to be slapped in exchange for some free money. Although for some who failed the challenge and ended up being slapped, all was not lost, as Zhang visited the school the day after and gave each student who participated $100. Zhang explained that he felt bad for slapping them and had to give them something in return. Squid Game in the UK. Having had audiences gripped around the world, viewers captivated by the brutal drama spent plenty of time thinking deeply on the tactics they would employ during each game and their chances of making it all the way. And now people in the UK have a chance to put their tactics to test by tackling the real version of Squid Game. The contestants will be competing for a cash prize worth at least $690, which is considerably less than in the show, but hey, who cares? The flip side of the event, though, and the best part actually, is that if eliminated, no one will be executed. However, players will have to sign medical disclosures to be sure that they are fit enough to take part in the games that contain a range of mental and physical challenges. Security staff have also been hired by the organizers, Universal Ent, in order to ensure that the participants comply with the rules. This real-life version will see up to 40 people take on 5 rounds of intense challenges, including the ones that are in the show. They will also be provided with a uniform to wear during the experience and will also be fed a hearty meal. Where will this take place? So, the contestants will be picked up by a coach from a meeting point in northwest England, where they will be taken to a remote location to participate in the challenges. The creative director of the event, Max Fox, said, "We want to make sure our experiences are safe, but still as riveting as the game seen on the Netflix smash Squid Game. But due to the violent nature of the hit show, we want to be cautious that the events don't attract unstable people. This is a pain-free experience. There will be no paintballs, guns, or otherwise. But don't be afraid of getting wet." This event is set to take place on the 27th of November, and the entry cost is $62. Squid Game in Venezuela. Okay, now it's safe to say that the real-life portrayal of Squid Game has literally gone global. Following the success of the show, an audio-visual production company announced their plans to convert the popular Netflix series into a real-life competition that will take place in Venezuela. Being Netflix's most-watched series of all time, reaching 142 million viewers worldwide. Its success has now inspired 1111 Productions to turn the dystopian South Korean drama into a contest planned to take place in Caracas, which is the capital of Venezuela, and the prize money for the player who manages to win all 6 games is $1,000. The winner will also be safely escorted by the state security to avoid any incidents on their way back home. The people who wish to participate in the contest will be required to pay $10 as the registration fee, and the organizers have also stated that no one will be shot in the head throughout the games. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, those who would wish to be part of the audience will have to part with $1 in order to experience the contest. Bryce Hall Brutal Squid Game. Bryce Hall took his YouTube content to a whole new level by bringing challenges from the virtual Squid Game show to life, and it was an absolutely brutal but entertaining roller coaster ride. However, he did not participate in it himself, but orchestrated the whole event with prize money. At the start of the filming, Bryce welcomed viewers and then explained the 3 challenges, which were red light, green light, tug of war, and sumo wrestling. Those who failed during the game got shot with a paintball gun, and the winner walked away with $2,000 cash money, to the delight of the many viewers who commended him for making content relevant to interests and trends. These are just some of the few real-life Squid Game events and experiences that have come up courtesy of the hit show. It is believed that more challenges both on and offline are still on the rise, and it's just a matter of time before a real-life worldwide competition of Squid Game will be held. Have you experienced Squid Game in real life? How was the experience? Let us know in the comments section below. This has been The Focus.